Okay, so today I am actually trying to go live. That's fine. They don't need to see the computer. Okay. Hey, everybody. So today I'm doing sort of like the poor, technologically challenged version of going live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I'm not sure how this is going to work because I think my eyes are going to like go up and down and it's kind of annoying. But we're trying it. So right now I'm live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time using two different cameras. Holy crap, where did I put my phone? Okay, well, Laura, if you're around, I don't know, help a girl out. I can only see comments from YouTube, though. See, there's a way to do this. I know it's there. But when you have 6 kids and you're all plagued with the stomach virus, then you end up not being able to work for like a whole week. And it's really, really challenging. Last week, my husband thankfully canceled his work trip. He got sick on Monday, Tuesday, and it was 2 days, awful, didn't leave the bed. But then I got sick on Wednesday, and it knocked me out. It was absolutely awful, and of course it was like right in the middle of me trying to support Tasha with the Raglan testing, and it was really, really challenging. And so since then we've had, a kid here, a kid there, second to last, not in age, but child got sick yesterday, or Sunday, sorry. So it's been a crazy week. Let me grab my list of things to talk about. Actually, I want to talk about what I'm wearing, too. You've seen this shirt before, Be a Nice Human. I think I should have made it bigger and down a little bit more, but I'm still learning about how to... But I bought this fabric, in particular, to go with this beautiful fabric I got at Boho Fabrics. I made an Eleanor. I even put pockets on it, not that you can see them, but I love pockets. But I thought that it would help the magenta kind of pop a little bit more, and then as I'm wearing it, I'm just completely nonplussed. I'm not excited. And so I think now I'm going to grab my swatch sheets and try and find this sort of melon color. But this is how I learn. Like, I buy fabric. Sorry, babe. I think it looks okay. You know how, like, you see fabrics together and you're like, oh, it just doesn't make your heart sing. That's how I see so many of my purchases, which is probably not smart to make emotional purchases all the time. But it is what it is. Hopefully somebody will tell me, you know what, my children are home. Hey, okay, you know those videos where you see, holy crow, those videos where you see people like looking for their glasses or their phone and then they realize that like they're looking at their phone? Well, my phone is taking a video today, so that's why I can't see anything. So, unfortunately, in order for me to see what's going on, I'm going to have to use my computer, which is totally fine. It's just, yeah. I'm like trying something new. Hey, look, I see comments now. Yay. And thank you for tagging Miriam, because she tends to go grocery shopping instead of tuning in, and I want you to tune in. Okay, so... But it is looking at like I'm looking down all the time. So I'm going to try looking here, and then maybe it won't be so weird on the other camera. Anyway, so this week, I would like you guys, we're going to give away another gift card, because that seems to get you guys excited. If you could give me a name for these Tuesday videos, because when I'm writing the descriptions, either for YouTube or Facebook, I tend to have to just put Jessica is live, and that's like there's no alliteration, it's not catchy. What's the other, like I know other people do cutesy alliteration. I'm not a really cutesy person, but I need a name. So if you comment below with a name, and we'll pick a winner, and hopefully it'll be something nice. Or you're like me and you can't come up with a name, just try. Yeah, I got nothing. But I would love, like, a name, so I don't just put, Jessica's live, blah, blah. This week, in 5 out of 4 news, besides, like, the epic stomach virus, Rochelle is super excited that her kids are going back to school today for the first time, for a full day since January 31st, which 100% blows my mind. They've been, totally covered in snow. Same with Christy up in Ottawa. So it's been a little crazy. So everybody give a shout out to Rochelle, who's hopefully getting lots of work done or just enjoying her day off. Not day off, but like quiet time at home. How about? I gave Laura the green light to buy some equipment that she needed for our video, how do I want to word this? Our video tutorials for sewing patterns. So basically what we're going to do is take some of our more basic patterns that, in the beginning, this is where we're starting, and we're going to make a video tutorial for them. It's not going to be free up on YouTube because it takes a ton of time and hours. It's going to be sort of an add-on when you buy the pattern, very reduced rate, not a ton. And part of this is because I think I really want to encourage new sewists to join us, and we're trying to support them in the best way we know how, and I think people like watching videos. So we're going to give it a go. If you want to comment below with which pattern you think she should start with or do early on, that would be great to hear too. We would love to hear that. She's excited. I'm hoping that she doesn't get burned out and quit on me because I love Laura. This week I also went shopping for a sewing machine yesterday. It was not exciting. I'm not very good at selling myself. Like I am, but then I don't know. Anyway, it was a quilt shop. They have a few patterns for sale, but no knit fabrics in the store. And so I walk in and, I got a thumbs up on YouTube. I walk in and she's like, hey, how are you doing? And my 12-year-old's with me. And she said, what are you primarily sewing? And I was like, oh, I'm a garment sewist. And my 12-year-old pipes up that she owns her own company. And it was like super cute. But at the same time, like, it just was like crickets. Like the woman didn't care at all. And so then it became this like awkward, like, not ask me about it, but I just told you I own a sewing company and you like couldn't be less interested. So maybe she does sew, because then she proceeded to talk to me about sewing machines for the next 30 minutes. But then it just was like such a feeling. Because you think you're like, making it big or whatever, like doing really well is pretty much all I'm aiming for. Or if you can see my board behind me, I don't know if you can't read it, but my kids love to write on my whiteboard, and they we joke about world domination. It's just a joke, I promise. I'm not really gonna, it's a good joke. But anyway, so we're searching for sewing machines. Mine is, what's it called? A Husqvarna Emerald 183. I've had it for maybe 8 years, and I bought it used. And it's fine, it's just finicky, and every now and then I turn it on and nothing magical happens, as in it doesn't come on. So there's some sort of issue with the computer, and I'm just sort of over it. I tend to try and avoid my sewing machine at all costs. Like, oh my gosh, I have a dress that I'm working on right now that's going to have buttonholes in the back, and I might cry. It does not love buttons. It does not love pretty much anything. And so I'm looking for a new sewing machine. So yesterday I walked into the store. I was looking at the Baby Lock Aria probably. I mispronounce everything. I love my Baby Lock Ovation. It is beautiful. It sews like somebody's holding the fabric and like blowing kisses at me the whole time. It did cost more than my first car. The Aria, also cost more than my first 2 cars. And so it was like looking at a spaceship. Like it was super cool, but at the same time, it was, it's like driving a really nice car. Once we rented a really nice car, and it was so comfortable, and we had a great time, but I knew that I was paying for all these gizmos and gadgets that I'm never ever going to learn to use, right? And so I just need to sew knits. Like, I mean, how many, like 200 stitches? I don't know how many it has, but like, I'm not going to use 175 of those, probably 185 of those stitches. But I know with the Husqvarnas, in order to be able to move my needle left and right, I had to go up a certain level to like that $800 price point or whatever. And so it's kind of amazing how I don't know, how they do this. And so if you love your sewing machine, give me a shout, because I am in the market. I would like a new sewing machine. I don't necessarily want to spend $3,000. Seriously, $3,000. That's like a lot of burritos on a sewing machine, but I need one, and I sew a lot, obviously. So the other thing I was going to share is this next part is not sponsored in any way. I hate shopping. It's really like searching for things that I want to buy. I like buying things, but I hate shopping. I just don't have time for it. I don't enjoy the process. I tend to get sweaty. I might be oversharing. But I don't enjoy it. And so a while back I was sewing pants. Let me see if they're over here. This isn't going to show up, but I think I can show like at least one camera. There we go. And maybe if I pull it up here. So I'm pulling on this one really hard. You know what? I think I totally missed that. That's fine. Anyway, whatever. If you've ever sewn like leggings or pajama pants on your serger, strictly on your serger, because you're like me and you avoid your sewing machine, then your kid wears them and you can see the thread coming through to the right side. I hate that. I hate that. Even, like, I want it to be tight. And with my Baby Lock Ovation, I can actually speak. It's supposed to be all tension friendly, and I'm not supposed to mess with it. With my Brother 1034, with my Brother 1034D, which is a total workhorse, and I highly recommend this machine, because this machine's going on 10 years, and it is still clunking away with me. It's loud. It'll wake up the children, but I love this machine. It's just not as smooth. And like, you know, this is just beautiful, and this is like your worker bee. What was I saying? Sorry. With this one, I can mess with all the tensions, and sometimes that's a headache. Most of the time, that's a headache. So I try and keep it pretty constant, but I know that Stella will come in and start, you know, winding the numbers. Like right now, they're at 8 and 9. Thank you, Stella. So I had that happen when we were working on the Ninjas on my Ovation, and it was really frustrating because I'm not supposed to touch the tensions on the Ovation. And so I reached out in the Baby Lock Facebook group, and I had some good help. I know that Chris Shapiro, who you might see wearing a 5 out of 4 pattern occasionally, she's like an awesome sewist. She does so many beautiful outfits throughout the year. She just did a blog post that, and I'll link to it because it was really inspiring, like how much she was able to get done last year. I thought it was awesome. So I'm going to put that, let me write a note because otherwise I'll forget because I have no short-term memory. But you should check it out because, anyways, hats off to Chris. She loves Baby Lock too, and she reached out and like was trying to help me, you know, figure out what it is. And it turns out I was using the wrong needles. So this is one where maybe I shouldn't share this either. I don't always read. Yeah, the thing that I get onto you guys about not reading the tutorial, it's like totally the pot calling the kettle black. It turns out that I can't just put stretch needles in my serger. And so they were telling me to buy this certain overlock serger needle, the EL705CF. And I love Amazon because it gets here in 2 days. Prices are always higher. And so then my next stop is usually Wawak, which drives me nuts because, I know. Yeah, my mom's telling me I'm not looking at the camera. I know, because I'm looking at the other camera. There's 2 cameras. It's very confusing. I'm trying. Obviously, we still have work to do, folks. Anyway, so they reached out to me and they said, buy these certain needles. And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. And I started looking for them. Well, the Wawak website, they like redid it a few years ago. It is the worst. I mean, it is just like, you can't find anything. And so, I mean, you could literally spend 30 minutes searching for sewing needles, and yeah, I just feel like stabbing myself. And when you don't, and then what really burns me is I get called away by the kids, and I come back like a day later with the tab still open, because that's my life, and my shopping cart is empty. Yes, it's just painful. And so I found a new website. It is called sewingpartsonline.com. Well, that's like a very straightforward name. So straightforward. In fact, I didn't trust it. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But I have to say, so I bought a ton of needles. They made it super easy. They had everything. I really like the Schmetz brand, but I know some other people really like Oregon brand, and that's totally fine. Whatever floats your boat. So I was able to buy not only a ton of stretch needles for my sewing machine, because I like to stock up, especially when the price is right, but a ton of these overlock serger needles. And I I mean, I bought a lot. And they were a really good price, and I went ahead and stocked up on fancy bobbins because my Husqvarna takes a different bobbin than I can find at Joann or wherever. But then I got one of these. I haven't used it yet. So I'm going to show you something else that I have. One moment, please. Okay. Alright, so this is by Nancy's Notions. Ooh. That's my biggest complaint. Hold on. I think that over time, I've had this a few years, I think that over time, it gets a little loose. And you can see all the threads hanging down from it. So bobbin storage is something that we all have trouble with, right? And so I love that I can twist it and it's supposed to hold my threads, but I don't know. I don't know if it's me. Let's be honest. It's me. So this has come in handy, but the bottom does come off a lot, and it holds 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It holds 30 bobbins. So that's good. Whatever. And so then I tried this. It's just a little bin. Kind of dirty, honestly. Usually it has a lot more in it. And it's fine, but the threads totally, again, the threads go all over the place, and so you can see that it's not great. And so then I was looking at this one on the Sewing Parts Online website. Okay, I'm not going to open it. And it's almost, let me see what kind of material it is. I don't know if it's going to tell me. But it's like a plastic or, it's squishy, right? But it, I don't know, it was cute and blue. Like, my biggest complaint is it's just going to sit, like, in my drawer or on my desk. It's not, I love this one because it's compact and it's stackable. I don't know. So we'll see. I feel like some people have shown where they put it on their thread racks and they, like, clip it to the top of the matching thread. I think that's pretty cool, but then I would have to have a whole lot of those clips because I have a lot of different threads. But then I would keep them together. Anyway, if you have some fancy idea for your bobbin storage, or, let me know what you think. Like, I'm totally curious because I'm on the hunt. I'm obviously not a clean person, as you can see from my desk behind me. But I'm trying. So, I got so many needles from this company, and they were cheap, and, I ordered it on the 31st, and I had them within a few days. Like, it's not Amazon Prime fast, but they were good. And then they even emailed me to make sure that I got the order, which I totally appreciated. So, other than that, let's see. Okay, so we have a couple things coming up. We have we're taking part in this bundle where you can buy a few patterns from a bunch of different designers. It's my first time taking part in a bundle. So it'll be the end of March or beginning of April, like right in there, right in time for Easter. And so I don't think that we have to be totally mum's the word. We are doing a kids pattern for it, and it'll go into testing as soon as we can get it done. Hint, hint, Rochelle. We're kind of like having to work together to get this done because so much has been going on, and like I said before with the Raglan testing, I got sick and was totally wiped out for 2 days, and then Tasha ended up getting sick, and it has just been, I spent all weekend trying to clean up everything and get it all there, and man, we are super thankful for the patience of our testers. It was Tasha's first test, and so she's stressed out and hopefully not drinking too much or eating too much ice cream. But it was not made any easier by me going to a gymnastics meet the first weekend and then me getting super sick. It's really hard to be supportive for a new designer when I'm not online and not there. So everybody send her some positive energy because she's working her buns off, and our testers have been fantastic. They've been so patient and so kind, and it really makes me feel like we're getting somewhere, like we're building a community, which makes my heart happy, which, again, makes me want to buy things. So, the Sew Fab bundle is what it's called. We're working on a kids pattern for it. We're going to put it into testing. It's a little bit outside of our comfort range. Like, it's more of a dress. I'll just say that much. It's a dress. But it's going to be super cute, and we're hoping to have, I hope, I don't know, we've never done a bundle before, and I like the other companies, like Green Style's part of it, and I don't actually know who else. But yeah, we're excited. So that's fun. And I'm sure you'll hear more about it because we'll be pasting it all over our page when the bundle goes live. And there'll be blog posts and like a blog tour to support us and whatever else. So we have that going on. And then Rochelle's working on a whole bunch of different skirt patterns, but she's had a hard time getting a lot of work done with the kids at home and with me asking for help with the other dress. So she's got that going. And then seriously, the bathing suits. Like I mean, it's raining so many days this week, and it's snowing in Ottawa, and snowing in Seattle, but like all I want to do is bathing suits. And so we're trying, man. Oh my gosh, we are trying so hard to get all of the patterns done and keep our families intact and happy. That last part's a little bit of a challenge. So as you know, like we all have big families. It's been interesting. My family is super supportive, but like yesterday I finally just had to step away and go play a game or watch a movie. I don't even remember what we ended up doing because we still had one who was sick, but yeah, we ended up making blueberry cake. That was good. Okay, I'm just rambling at this point. Other than that, we are trucking along. We're working with a company up in Canada called Fabric Crush to go up there and teach a class in May. We're ironing out some details for that. Hopefully I'm allowed to say that. Sorry. Maybe I should have asked before. But you know what? That's cool. And we're also... What else are we doing? Gosh. Sewing school. You guys had some great ideas for Laura to do sewing school. So that's exciting. She's like totally excited about getting to work on the pattern tutorials and all this new equipment she's buying. So hopefully it helps sewing school too, because one of them was like a mount for her ceiling, which is like really in depth. That's pretty exciting, right? And that's going to help her like focus right on whatever she's sewing. So unlike me, who's jerry rigging everything, like if you saw how my camera was propped up behind, I'm like using a tripod, but the tripod itself is like angled so I wasn't totally looking away from the camera all the time. Apparently it didn't really work. Anyway, we're getting there. We're learning. I tried the two cameras this week. Let me know if it stunk, if I'm like looking off in the distance the whole time. That's not really what I'm looking for. But I hope to be able to do this. I hope to figure it out eventually. Learning every day, especially when I screw up. That's my excitement. I screw up a lot, so I learn a lot. Yeah, that's the secret to life. I'm trying to sell that to my kids. They're not buying it. They're little perfectionists, which they came by that, honestly. That's all I have for you this week. Like, we're trucking along. It's raining. I've got 2 kids out of school, 3 kids in school. Yeah, we're living the dream. I bought that shirt at Target in case you haven't seen it. So, as always, let me click back over to here. Or not. That didn't work. Yeah, thanks for joining us. We hope that you tune in next week. If you have anything you want me to talk about in one of these live videos that you're going to tell me what to name, I want to hear it. I am looking for ideas. One thing I'm working on is how to take my camera off of auto mode. Yay! That's a challenge because I have no short-term memory. All right. Well, as always, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.